On this day in Seventh-Day Adventist history, February 14th, there I was, out in my field, raking hay. Carriage pulls alongside my fence, and the driver hands the reins to the woman sitting next to him. He jumps out. Over the fence he jumps, and towards me he advances. This is not a story about a mugging. It is a story about John Preston Kellogg, father, Merritt, John Harvey, and Will Kellogg, along with 13 other children. You see, Merritt Cornell had just accepted the Sabbatarian Adventist message at the home of Dan Palmer in Jackson, Michigan. On his way to his home near Plymouth, Michigan, he was so excited about what he had just learned that he wanted to tell everyone. J.P. Kellogg was the first one of his neighbors that he saw, and he did not waste the opportunity. J.P. was a farmer. His first wife had died, leaving him with 5 of their 8 children born to her. In 1842, he married Ann Stanley. They would have 8 more children. Now, John was not much of a businessman. He did not know how to save money. So when he and Ann married, she took over the finances of the family, and the Kelloggs began to prosper. In 1852, John, along with Henry Lyon, Dan Palmer, and Cyrenius Smith, pledged to raise the funds to bring the Review and Herald Publishing House to Battle Creek, Michigan. He would sell his farm to raise his $300 of his pledge. Now, J.P. would be given credit, but Ann was probably very involved with this decision. J.P. would then start a broom company in Battle Creek. He and Ann would become close friends with the Whites and continue to be actively involved in the growth of the church. In 1856, he would be appointed to a committee of 5, of which he was treasurer, to manage Adventist tent operations for the state of Michigan. At this same meeting, he was elected one of 3 to the publishing committee of the Review and Herald. As such, he was particularly in the formation, he participated in the formation of the Seventh-Day Adventist Publishing Association in 1861. When Mrs. White had her vision, December 25, 1865, of starting the Western Health Reform Institute, it was John Preston Kellogg that John Loftbrook came to first to get the fundraising started for the project. J.P. would give $500. This would get the ball rolling to get the rest of the funds to buy a building in Battle Creek, Michigan, from a Superior Court judge named Graves. Once again, I'm pretty sure Ann's name should once again have been mentioned. They were where they were financially because of her frugal living. When the institution opened in 1866, J.P. would be one of its board of members directors. On this day, Valentine's Day, 1807, John Preston Kellogg would be born.